Okay, we'll call. Hello, check. Okay, it's just really quiet tonight. Thank you for joining us for the Cloverdale City Council meeting. We will call the meeting to order at 6:01. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let the record reflect all 5 council members are present. One of them, Councilmember Marquez, is present at our Cal Cities Conference. The address is 333 East Ocean Boulevard, Long Beach, California. It is at the Westin Long Beach. The agenda has been posted in their lobby, and if you need access to where he is broadcasting from, you ask at the front desk. With that, we'll move on. Anyone have a conflict of interest declaration? Seeing none. Andreas, can you give us a yes or no head shake? He is showing none. Any changes or deletions to the agenda?
No changes, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to public comments. Any person wishing to speak in person on an item not listed on the agenda may do so at this time. Pursuant to the Brown Act, the City Council is not allowed to consider issues or take action on any item not listed on the agenda. 3 minutes are typically allotted to each speaker. Do we have anyone in the audience who'd like to make a public comment regarding an item not on the agenda? All right, seeing none, we'll move on. Next is the Student Liaison Report. Tonight, we'd like to introduce our second Student Liaison. I'll let you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself before you give your report, please.
Hi, I'm Brisa Cardenas. I am a junior at the Cloverdale High School, and this is my first year being a student liaison. For Cloverdale High School, we have a free after-school tutoring that has begun on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it goes from 3:20 to 5:20. Students are preparing for homecoming. There will be a homecoming parade on the Cloverdale Boulevard starting at 4:45, and this will take place on Wednesday, the 15th of October. The homecoming game will be on Friday, October 17th, and the dance will follow up the next day on the 18th. If you would like to watch or to catch a volleyball game, they usually take place on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings. The prom committee has begun their search for a prom venue for 2026. The California Scholarship Federation had their first meeting. This is for students who have good academic standing. It is also known as CSF. Students in the Key Club Kiwanis are going on a trip to Six Flags on the 18th of October for Fall Rally. It's a get-together with a lot of Sonoma County classes, schools, and it's just like a fun way to get to know others. FFA members have started preparing for the opening and closing ceremonies, which is a competitive public speaking event. You just have to memorize and try to win. Our ASB leadership class went to Rancho Cotet High School for the annual Sonoma County ASB conference. Our football team is 0-2 in league and 1-2 including non-league games. Our volleyball team is undefeated in league with a record of 4-0. Our cheer team is the largest it has been in the last 3 years. There are currently 18 girls on the cheer team. The cross-country team will not be hosting a home meet this year as it is their turn to not host. CHS is starting the Safe School Ambassadors program. A trainer had come out to our school and trained 2 staff members and 16 students, and this will help create a positive and safe school environment and culture. That is it for Cloverdale High School. For the Jefferson Elementary, we have the PTA. They put together a color run to raise funds, and the JES Scarecrow Contest coming up on October 23rd, and they will be displayed on campus and then on downtown Cloverdale. For the Washington Middle School, they will be hosting a Student of the Month pizza party this Friday, the 3rd of October. And they have an awards assembly coming up, which takes place at the Washington School Gym, or actually it was last Friday. And bowling presentations will be given to students from the 5th and 8th of October. or eighth grade by Emily Grant to prevent bullying this month. That is it for my report. Thank you.
Questions or comments? Great job for your first one. Pay attention to the rest of the meeting. We will ask questions.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. Councilmember Marquez, did you have any comments or questions? I can see head shakes before we have to switch. It's perfect. Thank you. He's shook in the no. We will move on to proclamations. D1, Water Professionals Week. Go ahead.
Proclamation of the City Council of the City of Cloverdale declaring October 4 through 12, 2025 Water Professionals Appreciation Week in Cloverdale. Whereas water is the lifeblood of California, and without safe and reliable water, no community and no sector of the economy, from high-tech to manufacturing to agriculture, can thrive or expand. And whereas now more than ever, the water industry is proud of the important role our essential workers here tonight play in making sure our communities have safe and reliable drinking water. And whereas Cloverdale water professionals are responsible for the production and distribution of drinking water to more than 3,600 locations in the city of Cloverdale, and are responsible for the collection of wastewater produced in the city of Cloverdale. And whereas Cloverdale water professionals operate 7 wells producing 410 to 420 million gallons of drinking water annually that is distributed by 2 pump stations, providing 11 different storage tanks with drinking water. And whereas Cloverdale water professionals are responsible for the collection and treatment of 200 to 220 million gallons of wastewater delivered by more than 33 miles of sewer mains. And whereas the dedicated team of 2 operators and 2 wastewater operators and 2 operators in training monitor all treatment facilities systems 7 days a week. And whereas providing drinking water and wastewater services is of the utmost importance in a thriving community, and whereas we thank the devoted water professionals in Cloverdale for their continued service to our community. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the City Council, the City of Cloverdale, designates October 4th through 12th, 2025 as Water Professionals Appreciation Week in Cloverdale, dated October 8th, 2025. So ordered, Mayor Todd Lanz.
Councilmember. So tonight it says TBD for who is going to speak. Is anyone? Who's TBD? I think it's Jay's turn. It's always Darren. I think
Exactly right.
maybe the B stands for newbie. Get the newbie up here.
I think Corey needs to talk. Yeah, Jay.
Oh, wow.
Can you hear me? Thank you, mayors and council members. I'm still, fairly new compared to our senior team here, and these are our 2 senior operators, Jay and Darren. There's a lot of work that goes into maintaining our system. The historic knowledge combined with all these guys over 50 years, I would say, of combined experience in water and wastewater treatment. These guys watch these plants year-round. And we're happy that we're continuing this program with the 2 OITs we have currently right now. And all of your city water systems and wastewater systems, the wastewater department, Jay Robinson, Tony McDonald, Cole Timmer, and our water department, Darren Hernandez, Trevor Anderson, and Corey Harms, are absolutely vital to everything that the city does, including helping out with streets projects, capital improvement projects. We're now into drilling wells, and they have to be on point 24 hours a day for questions or anything that comes up. Large projects like biosolids removal projects that we take on at the wastewater plant, and Jay's pivotal in giving us advice and historic knowledge to do those projects. So I just want to thank all these guys for helping me through my day and getting me going on all these projects, and the city very much appreciates all your hard work. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say it's comforting for me knowing that these 2 guys are down there, because I know they take great pride in their work, and the plants both look great. They maintain everything, and I can always count on them for making sure we got water and wastewater. So thank you very much.
Either of you want to say something?
Well, I'm appreciative that, we're recognized in this way. For a lot of years, we weren't. For the younger operators and the up-and-coming operators, I think it's vital. We have a very dedicated, loyal staff. You look at your operators, they're on call 7 days a week, every other week, for their whole lives. So 50% of their life, they're on call. And it takes a dedicated and loyal person. We're blessed to have a great team of great people that are loyal to the citizens of Cloverdale and loyal to the city of Cloverdale and take a lot of pride in serving in that capacity. The other part of that is the historical knowledge. The historical knowledge is something that our team is thirsty for. And so when you have thirsty people that are loyal and dedicated, that institutional knowledge doesn't leave with retirements. That's vital for a small city. So I really want to thank council and city management for the support in the OIT program to start expanding our ranks so that historical knowledge, that loyalty, and that dedication can carry on to the younger operators. They're really the future. So, and my team, they know how much they mean to me. So, thank you.
Well said.
Mine's going to be a little bit shorter. It's Darren hit on all the points there. So, like Darren had mentioned, we appreciate the support you guys give us, not only the council, city staff, management. It's really important, like Darren had mentioned, on the OIT program. I couldn't do it without, Tony's not here, but Cole just started at the wastewater plant, which is great, because pretty soon I will be no longer here. So that being said, really appreciate you guys. It's a great thing to have the support you guys give us as operators. It makes our job a lot easier. So that being said, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thing to say.
Oh, of course.
In all fairness, too, there is some missing people that weren't mentioned. Our public works staff handles a lot of the water leaks and a lot of the trouble calls out in the systems. I want to recognize their hard work and dedication, too. They're out there fixing water mains, all hours of the day and night when they break, along with our staff. But, really it takes a team effort. So I want to make sure they're mentioned.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, just for the voice of the community, you guys are the unsung heroes. Every time someone goes to the faucet, they have no idea the hard work and dedication that you guys provide. So for me and my constituents, we appreciate it. Thank you.
I wanted to say that after touring the water plant, it's obvious that you're all very dedicated. And it's actually interesting touring the water plant. You learn a lot, like our waters run through garnet, sand. And for anyone who's never toured our water plant, it's a great opportunity to get to know the people that work there, how dedicated they are, and to see what goes on down there. So I encourage anyone who's never toured the water plant to go out of their way to do so. Thank you.
Real quick, I want to thank I want to thank the water treatment plant and the water guys. Not only you guys, like Councilmember Lasky said, the unsung heroes, but you know what, I consider you guys my friends too, and I see the dedication, and I know the dedication, and I know the toll it takes on family and everything, so greatly appreciated from everybody, and I'm really glad we've got our OITs down there. I see that really taking off, and we can only have, I wish we could get you more to make your job easier, but I'll tell you what, right now you guys are really getting after it with what you got, so greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
Councilmember Marquez,
Test his audio.
let's test your audio
Cedric,
real quick.
can you do the switch?
Okay, hold on, it's not on yet. Give us 1 second here. Try again. We got you. Go for it.
So
Thank you. Yeah, Councilmember Lasky said, you know, the unsung heroes, we go to the faucet and we don't think about where it comes from. Well, we go somewhere else. We don't think about the other half where that water ends up as well. So it comes out both ends on this. When it comes in and goes out. So it's very, the unsung heroes is a nice way to put it. We can't live in Cloverdale without you guys. And 12,000 people recognize that. And we will continue to talk about it because we've created a family here. And we will continue to push to create that more. You guys have really grown with that in the past couple of years. We've seen a big difference in, I'd say, the positive attitudes with all of our staff and admin and us together, with everybody working together. And you guys, I mean, it's just, you're getting things done, and it has been nothing but positive and upward. And I'm so excited every time, and I hope you guys are too when you come to work. And it's only because of what you guys are doing. So thank you for all your hard work and your dedication to Cloverdale and the people of Cloverdale. Guess what? Photo time. You don't, Jay, don't, you can't leave, Jay.
Get away from that.
I think Trev should hold that. Boy, I don't have much of a crowd to read mine to.
Years, right, Jay?
Yep, 15.
We'll do a not to exceed. Thank you, bud.
ya.
Good night.
Great to see you. All right, everyone's back in place. We'll move on to our second proclamation, D2 Zero Waste Week.
A proclamation of the City Council of the City of Cloverdale in support of North Bay Zero Waste Week, October 11th through October 18th, 2025. Whereas the City of Cloverdale has assumed a leadership role by setting zero waste as a goal and adopting a zero waste resolution, and sets a goal of zero waste by 2030. And whereas each year, Zero Waste Sonoma and community partners host a one-day zero waste symposium as a local opportunity for industry and the public to gain insight on zero waste topics and trends, share ideas and networks. And whereas since 2022, Zero Waste Sonoma has coordinated and promoted a week of events aimed at educating and empowering various sectors of the public to act towards zero waste. And whereas since 2022, Zero Waste Sonoma has collaborated with the North Bay groups in Sonoma, Napa, and Marin counties, and volunteers to expand these event offerings, which have included clothing and produce swaps, recycling, compost, and water treatment facility tours, repairs and reuse fairs, litter cleanups, food waste reduction classes, environmental film screenings, and more. And whereas the City of Cloverdale, along with the public, private, and nonprofit organizations, community groups will be hosting zero waste events throughout the week of October 11th through the 18th. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Lands of the City of Cloverdale does hereby proclaim October 11th through October 18th, 2025, Zero Waste Week, dated October 8th, 2025. So ordered. Todd Lands, Mayor, Cloverdale.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. And tonight we have Leslie Luckix. Did I say it correctly? I knew I was going
Through cash, but that's okay.
I knew I was going to eat that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to be giving a presentation, so we can, if you want, just take questions at the end of the presentation, and then if that works for you guys.
Okay.
So with that, I'm Leslie Lukash, Executive Director of Zero Waste Sonoma. Next.
I got to call that item at least, since these are two separate items.
Oh, okay, sure.
So anybody want to comment on the proclamation? Yeah, let's do our quick photo. Well,
Sure.
we can do it when we're done with the presentation. That's fine. That way she can keep going. The next item is E1 under presentations for the zero waste presentation. Please go ahead.
Perfect.
Thank you. Now we're legal.
Thank you. So Zero Waste Sonoma, for those who may not know, is a joint powers authority. Cloverdale, as well as the 9 other jurisdictions, are all members of the JPA. And the reason why the JPA was formed is because state legislation came down in 1989 that required all cities in the state of California to recycle by 50% by the year 2000. So instead of each jurisdiction having their own recycling coordinator and keeping up with all the regulations, a joint powers authority was formed. So we make sure that you and all the other jurisdictions are in compliance of regulations that have come down since that time. We also operate the household hazardous waste facility. We oversee your residential green bins, so that's our material that we manage. And then we do all the outreach for recycling as well as reuse. So that's who we are. Next slide. One of our biggest tools, our mission is to empower personal action in waste reduction and materials management by implementing practical solutions to protect our natural resources. Next slide. One of our biggest tools to reaching the public is our website. It's a highly used website. One of the front pages is where do I recycle this item? We get that a lot. And in the last year, 1,100 residents from Cloverdale have actually used our website. Next. We also are out there in the community. One event we do is the Cloverdale Fair every year where we're present, but we also do 10 other events in Cloverdale and 171 events throughout Sonoma County. So an event may be e-waste collection, household hazardous waste collection, or just out there in the community. Next slide. We also print the Zero Waste Guide. You may see that at grocery stores, your city hall, nonprofit centers. This is another big tool that we reach the public. Next. We also offer all of our outreach in both Spanish and English. We are on 3 different radio stations throughout the year. We do targeted Spanish-speaking events, as well as work closely with the Latino business community. Next. We know that we can't recycle our way to zero waste, so we have really focused these last couple of years on reusing and reducing. And you can see in 2024, we had a series of events. Actually, this is in partnership with the Reuse Alliance. But just this year, our board passed that we are going to now host a repair fair in every single community in Sonoma County. So next slide. So Cloverdale's event is going to be March 7th. And what a repair fair is we get a bunch of fixers to come in, and fixers may be fixing bikes, lamps. We get menders who do sewing. We do clothing swaps, so it's completely free, and we're all about trying to educate. Instead of just throwing away and discarding an item, here are fixers who actually can fix that item for you and extend the life of the product. Next. I mentioned that we operate the household hazardous waste facility. This is the facility where residents can go for free Thursday through Saturday and bring us your toxic products that are under your sink or in your pool shed, in your garage. We take those products and we manage the end of life of it properly. And we also are somewhere in the community every single day of the week picking up toxic products and then, of course, disposing of them. We have a reuse program there too, because sometimes we receive toxic products that are actually half used or more. And so we have a cupboard there where it's completely free to the public. If you need a product that's on the shelf, we'll give it right to you. We also blend paints, and we kind of get an off-white-ish, a peach-ish, a purple-ish, and a green-ish color that is free to the public as well as to the city. It's great for graffiti abatement. If you ever need it, we have free paint for you. Next. I mentioned the e-waste collection, so this is all your electronics. That's a big part of what we manage. We do 14 events throughout the year, and then we also now offer 10 free mattress collection events. That's important because, as you know, driving the freeways or the back roads of Sonoma County, there's mattresses that are litter, and we offer this service for free. So we really try and promote that because we don't want people to just litter in our roadways and waterways. Next. We did something first of its kind ever in the state of California. Solar panels are banned from the landfill, but there's really no plan of what to do with them. So we received a grant to do 12 collection events, and we collected over 1,000 solar panels from residents. And we also tested those panels, and about 10% of those were reusable. They were still in good shape. So we worked with Habitat for Humanity's Restore. We gave most of them to them. We worked for a couple farms, or donated to a couple farms to just so that they could repurpose the solar panels, and one high school in Santa Rosa, an engineering teacher used it for his class. So that's what we did with the panels for reuse. Next. And if you do not know yet, we purchased 4 acres this last year to actually build a second household hazardous waste facility that's going to be our main one. The one I mentioned earlier is down off of Mitcham Road, north Petaluma, south Santa Rosa. So it's not convenient for Santa Rosa all the way up to Cloverdale to actually bring your household hazardous waste. So we purchased the 4 acres right off of Shiloh in Windsor. That's the plot right there. We are 100% done on the design. Next phase is to start the permitting of the site, and it's going to be much more convenient to service central and north part of Sonoma County. So that's our plans there. We also are looking into permanently having a site to do hard-to-recycle items, like I mentioned, mattresses, carpets, maybe solar panels, maybe even an additional CRV, beverage container recycling. So we're going to use it as a little hub for other products as well. Next. SB 1383 was a very prescriptive law that the state mandates all cities to be in compliance with, and the goal is to reduce organic material going to the landfill by 75%. And the reason why is because organic material in a landfill, in an anaerobic landfill, produces methane, and methane is a very potent greenhouse gas. So we need to get that organic material out and put it onto the farms to in the form of compost, which is a great soil amendment. So next. So with that, your jurisdiction is in compliance. CalRecycle came down and did their compliance review. We may have a couple things to fix here or there, but in the most part, we've met all the statutory, the regulations for SB 1383. We work closely with your hauler. We make sure your restaurants and or your businesses are in compliance with the regulations. And then next slide. One of the big components of it is getting edible food away from being disposed and fed to hungry people or people in need. We received over $3 million in grants to do this. And next slide, with just one of our grants, we actually rescued 330,000 pounds of edible food and got that right back out to the community. So you can kind of see where we collected food from: bakeries, dairies, produce, perishables, meats, beverage container, beverages. And so we're actually now working with some school districts to take food and coordinate our efforts with them. So next slide. We also, not only are we trying to divert organic material from the landfill, we're also big on producing clean compost. So we also this last year opened up 7 free compost hubs. And what a compost hub is if you look in the picture, we actually deliver maybe 20 to 40 cubic yards of compost, and it's free to residents. Your closest compost hub is Healdsburg. Next. And we also try and support the ag industry in using compost. So we give them a 10% rebate if they're buying 20 cubic yards or more of compost. Next. And we are also working hard to bring a compost program back to Sonoma County. Right now, it's a county-led project, and we are siting the project at the airport. And it's to the west of the runway you see there. We are at a 30% design that is done now. It's going through environmental permitting now. We've passed various inspections and make it a reliable product. project, and the goal is to compost 65,000 tons of organic material a year at this site, and we collect and manage about 110,000 a year. So this will be, again, serving more central Santa Rosa and north for organic material. Next. And then one of the policies that we did was a model construction demolition recycling ordinance. Still a lot of C&D material is making its way to the landfill. It's highly recyclable. It's not really conducive for a landfill, so we did the model. We're working with the jurisdictions to possibly, for the cities to adopt this model. We're meeting the some of the different standards, as well as offering free software to help each city calculate C&D material. Next slide. And I'll close on Zero Waste Week. This is, again, our way of just coordinating with the community. It's not just us talking about zero waste. We've partnered with 50 other community groups here in Sonoma County. So that could be the libraries, the haulers doing tours. It's various events happening. We have 60 events scheduled so far. It started here with us, Zero Waste Sonoma. We now have spread into Marin and Napa County. So now they've followed our lead. Completely free, all events to the public, and Cloverdale's events are going to be the 16th, 17th, and 18th, the e-waste collection at the train depot, as well as the 18th mattress collection event. So that's Cloverdale's participation. And with that, that is all I have.
Great. Thank you so much. What a great presentation. A lot of good information. Questions or comments?
Yeah, Leslie, thank you for that. I do have a couple questions. Great work that you guys are doing. And how does one sign up as a fixer, and who were your fixers in the past?
We can do it through our website, but my colleague Sloan is the main one who manages the events. And so if you know fixers, we would love to have more fixers. That's always something that we're looking to do. And I know the fixers just have a great time and kind of builds community.
So what kind of fixers have you had in the past?
We have different types of fixers. So we have fixers who are good with electronics. That's one of the big products that we get in. So lamps and just things with a cord and like a fan like that. They'll come in, a resident will say, hey, I have this, I just don't know what to do with it, like a toaster. And the fixer will tinker with it. They'll try as long as they can. They come with parts. And if they fix it, we ring a bell and make a big deal. And we have people who work on bikes. So people who, again, like menders, people who love sewing, who are willing just to sew for free. And so we just really take what the community has to offer.
So I might know an electrician that might want to sign up on March 7th.
Great. That'd be wonderful.
Perfect. Go.
I wanted to thank you for your presentation, and I wanted to make a comment. I think the food recycling is excellent. I know a lot of people are dealing with, not enough food, so I think it's just an excellent thing that you guys have decided to add into all the wonderful things that you're doing.
Great, thank you.
Leslie, thank you. You answered, great presentation. You answered all my questions.
Good.
So the one question I do have, though, is it says residents on your free compost sites. So if Cloverdale heads down to Healdsburg to pick up some free compost, are we going to get flagged because we're not a resident of Healdsburg?
It's for all residents.
Gotcha.
If we could bring one to Cloverdale, if you guys can find us a spot, we've worked with different cities, community gardens. We could actually open up a hub here too.
How much area are you looking for if you need to open
If you
up?
saw in that picture, it's really like 10 by 10.
Gotcha. Thank you, Leslie.
Yep. Councilmember Marquez, try your volume real quick. Perfect. Go ahead.
Thank you, Leslie, for the great presentation. Really appreciate working at identifying grant opportunities, some of them possibly for our pantry, providing signage for our businesses. We have for the Chamber of Commerce. And just one note I'd like to add, following up for last week, is about the repair. And
Thank you, Councilmember. I want to kind of just reiterate what everyone's saying here. Thank you so much. You know, we live along the side of a river. We see a lot of dumping, and it's gotten a lot better over time with the different things that we have done through the county and the city and everyone else working as a partnership to make sure that we keep it clean and nice for our environment. Our community really appreciates it. It's a lot safer. It's a lot healthier for not only us, but for the environment itself with all the hard work you're putting in. There's no more people going down to dump oil and mattresses and all the trash at the river, not completely as bad as it used to be. So we're making a difference. I appreciate you guys are making a huge difference, and we all appreciate it here.
Great, thank you.
Student liaison, question for you. What does your school do that you know of, or do you know of anything towards zero waste and the recycle programs? Told you I'll put you on the spot. No microphone.
I actually do not know of anything about this. This is my first time hearing about it. It was very interesting. It was a very good presentation. One thing I found interesting was I didn't know like you guys could fix like bikes or like lamps for free, and I thought that was super cool.
So when you guys have your cafeterias at your different school sites and you see the different cans that you put your trash in and different ways that they do it, they take that same can and they keep it all together in different cans outside.
So that's
There
by
it
them
is.
then. Oh, I didn't know that. That's so cool.
This is
Yeah.
why.
I'm always looking at the picture like, where does this go? Or yeah.
Back when we were in school, it all went into one bin
Yeah.
and one trash bag, you know, and so making a difference for our environment, this is how you do it right here.
That's so cool.
So, okay, questions from the public, comments from the public? Seeing none. Kevin, anything at all?
I was just curious, with pressure-treated lumber, what's the status of that? Is it hard to, where do you dispose of that? You know?
That can go to the landfill. There was an issue for some time, but that has since been resolved.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we're going to ask you for a photo. Is that okay? Beautiful. That would be a great idea.
Going over here now.
I'm always interested in what you guys are doing.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
All day long.
Uh-oh, did we lose Andreas?
I don't know. Oh, there it is.
Okay. Bathroom break. All right, everyone's back in place. We'll move into the consent calendar. All items under the consent calendar will be considered together by one action of the City Council unless any council member or member of the public requests that an item be removed and considered separately. Does anyone want to pull the exact one item?
No. I'd like to make a motion to move the consent calendar forward.
Perfect. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Can we do a roll call vote, please? Michael?
All right, start digitally. Councilmember Marquez? Aye. Councilmember Lasky?
Aye.
Councilmember Morgenstern?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Wheeler?
Aye.
Mayor Lance?
Aye. Passes 5-0. Thank you all. Moving into new business. H1, request for relief from the water sewer billing, the Wine Country Inn and Suites, account number 005-425-001. Susie, is that you that wants to start with the agenda, or Kevin?
Yeah, go ahead, Susie.
Okay. So I put a memo in the agenda, but I just kind of want to go through it chronologically with you. On July 14th, staff noticed that there was usage that was above normal, so we sent a leak letter. On August 7th, we realized that the water was still being used in excess, and we sent another leak letter. And on the 13th, we actually went out and hand-delivered a door hanger and let them know that there was a leak because it was pretty excessive. On August 20th, staff called and was told that the repairs were underway. And then on September 12th, we received notification that the leak had been repaired. This was over a period of 3 months now, 3 months of billing, or 2.5 months. And Ms. Patel, the owner of Wine Country Inn & Suites, sent a letter requesting that her relief from her unusually high water. She wanted it to be refunded back to the normal, her average amount. So we did some calculations and figured out what her historic average was. And for 3 months, it's about $10,000. Her actual bill for the 3 months was $16,713. So the difference was $6,500 approximately. So when I spoke to her, I told her that I could authorize a payment plan, which is within my purview, and also that I can do an leak adjustment for $460, but that is the limit of what I can personally do as the finance director. So we started trying to come up with other things that we could, maybe justify. One of the things that we thought was the water didn't actually go through the sewer system. It went into like it would if you had sprinklers on it, went into the ground. So because they're a business, they get charged based on the number of units of water that go through their water and sewer system. So that's where we came up with, maybe we partially give her back the amount that's in excess of normal for her sewer, which would be almost $4,300. That was actually my recommendation if you're going to allow anything. The only problem that I see with authorizing any type of a discount or a refund is that you're probably going to be setting precedent for the next person that has a leak and then wants to be adjusted, and then it makes it a little difficult to manage.
Thank you, Susie. Just a real quick question. Is anyone here to represent Wine Country Inn & Suites? And the audience here to represent the Patel family or Wine Country Inn & Suites? Seeing none? Okay. Well, let's go through questions and comments. Either of you, go ahead.
Okay, so I would, Susie, to your point, opening up precedents, I would say the city looks at each individual scenario as a case-by-case basis, because not everything is going to be apples to apples. I'm not in favor of the adjustment based on your timeline of contacting the business. I do see some leniency with the sewer, as you pointed out. So I would either go with your recommendation, help them out with like maybe a set of a payment plan to get based on our unsung heroes. The water went through the plant, people were paid, the water was filtered, end user failed to recognize and or expeditiously do something about it. So I would say no adjustment in that fact, but maybe waive the sewer. That'd be my recommendation.
Thank you. Councilmember Morgenstern?
I have the utmost empathy for anyone experiencing a leak, but I also feel like notice was given July 14th, and then there was 3 notices total. And, the leak was fixed by September 12th, and water is very important to Cloverdale, now more than ever, as we all know. So I'm definitely willing to give them a payment plan, and I think the $460 discount would be in order. But besides that, I'm really hesitant to set a precedent and give them more than that, because I just feel like they've had plenty of time and plenty of notice to get the leak fixed, and it's a loss for everybody that they lost this much water.
Councilmember Marquez?
So I'm kind of a combination of what Councilmember Lasky and Councilmember Morgenstern have. I think reducing the sewer charges in the amount of $4,297.80 because the water did not enter the sewer system. I believe that's no harm, no foul. Additionally, if we were to reduce water usage for a leak adjustment fee of $460, I think that would be okay for what the overage amount was. One question I would have for Susie, just want to know a little bit more about any tech that we have in place, with our digital meters that is used to flag leaks.
So the reason that we caught this is because of our new meters and because it flagged it and it sent it to us right away. And then we were able to go back 2 weeks later and look again and see, yes, it's still high, without having to have someone go out and manually read the meter. So our tech is definitely working.
Okay. Yeah, I think my recommendation is to reduce the sewer charges in the amount of $4,297.80 and offer a leak adjustment of $460.
Thank you. Vice Mayor?
I'm kind of in the same boat there, and I agree with Councilmember Marquez on that one. You can authorize $460 on that for the water. Absolutely, let's do that leak adjustment, because that's not going to set a precedence with everybody else. That's what everybody else in town is going to get if that comes up to it. The water did go through the pipes. What is the overage of $22.74? I don't think that's unreasonable for her to set up a payment plan of $1,814. You know what I mean? That keeps everything fair and relieve the sewer. If it didn't go down to the plant, we didn't do anything with it, so be it on that. But I think that Wine Country Inn and Suites that's a very generous thing to say, hey, guess what? We're going to take some away from you. You're still on the hook for $1,814. That makes everything fair for everybody. And we're not setting that precedent of, playing favorites here. So that's my recommendation, is to set up the payment plan for $1,814, relieve $460, and relieve, and then go ahead and forgive the water, the sewer. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can you tell me what kind of leak it was?
I believe, my understanding, it was a leak under a piece of concrete in the laundry room.
And the reasoning for the time frame or ignoring the problem?
That I couldn't get an answer.
Well, I think that our 460 it's what we agree that we'll do, and that includes water and sewer when we do that.
Yes.
That is an all-encompassing thing that we do for homeowners or businesses. I don't think it should be part of this. Is there any proof that this did not go down a drain that went, because if it's in it,
There is no proof.
just them saying it?
Yes.
Well, at this point, I don't see any relief, because they're not here to defend or speak up. They're not here showing us that it didn't go into our sewer system, because most things will go into a drain, will go into a sewer system if it's leaking in a washroom. So I'd have a hard time justifying it without them here to show different. So I would be against any type of relief at this point and just a payment plan. Let me open up to the public real quick, and then if everyone's okay with that, and then we'll bring it back to us and go through it again. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to make a comment on this? Seeing none, all right, let's go through it again, because I've been kind of taking notes. Looks like we're almost like a 2-2, and I'm the naysayer on this one, which is fine. So I want to hear, is there any room, people, anything that they want to talk about? Go ahead.
Mayor, if I may, to your point, nobody here to refute any of the claims. It's just we're supposed to take their word for it. Taking that as, as carte blanche in my decision. But if you want restitution and a little bit of hardship waiver, I would think that you would come to the council and present your case. If there was hardship involved, we would take that into account. Seeing that there's no hardship, like you say, we can't set precedents, so I would go along with the payment plan.
I also am starting to lean exactly towards what the mayor is saying. They were given warning. They didn't take care of it in time. That's not the city's fault. And a payment plan probably would be helpful. But besides that, I don't think we should do more than that.
Councilmember Marquez?
I'm still with reducing the full sewer fee and offering the $460.
Okay, thank you. Vice Mayor?
Okay, great comments over here, and I'm kind of thinking now, when I look at the timeline, that's what stands out to me. There's quite a bit of time in there. And I guess the standout is, they've got a first letter and then a second letter, and back to nobody being here. If you like Councilmember Lasky said, if you're wanting relief on this and you're not here to you state your case, then I would be on board with the standard 460, which every other citizen of Cloverdale is going to get if something happens, or we can talk about them getting it. If that happens, I'd be on board with that. But I also think now, after looking at the timeline and nobody here to represent, that I think that a payment plan is in order for this also. So I agree with the mayor and the rest of the council on that.
I'll just really quick, Susie, thank you and your staff for the due diligence you put in to save our precious resource here. And it's a lot of hard work and time that went into it. You guys did everything you possibly could. So thank you for that. Does anyone here want to make a motion or have any other comments before we make a motion? Seeing no other comments, does anyone want to make a motion on how they want this to go? I'm sorry, I should check, make sure this is action on this.
If you need to make a motion because the payment plan and the water leak adjustment, if that's what I'm hearing is the consensus, that is the normal procedure, and that is what I already offered.
Let me confirm that a little bit, because I know there's one that brought that up. I would agree that the 460 would be as far as I would want to go. I would agree with that. Councilmember Morgenstern?
I agree with that.
Would you agree with that as well? Okay, so there's 4. Councilmember Marquez, you see the direction this is going. Is there anything else that you would like to add to it, or?
Really, I think, the folks there made an effort to write to the council. I don't think it's necessary to ask them to show up, and of course, because they did not show up today and not make their case. I see where the council is leaning. So, I guess, that is a lesson to anybody who's going to make a case and not show up.
Thank you. So it looks like you have good direction.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susie, for all your hard work, and to all the staff involved.
Thank you, Susie.
Thank you, Susie.
Thank you to the council for working through that one. Okay, we'll move on to H2. Consider an agreement with DLR Group in the amount of $34,000 for a cost reduction strategy study for the Cloverdale Public Safety Facility.
Hey, Chief, come on down. So in 2017, we did hire DLR Group, which is a architectural firm that specializes in police station design. They did, at that time, put some plans together, preliminary plans, not like architectural drawings, but conceptual drawings for a police station on the remaining lot at Times Square, which is south of the future Alexander Valley Healthcare. We went down a road. We have some nice plans. It came in way more expensive than we were thinking. at the time, but we didn't finish. But I think there was some direction at a subcommittee to start this process again. So we have Mallory from DLR to talk about the scope of work and what we've done to this point. I think the goal of which is to get designs or conceptual drawings for a police station at Times Square that's reasonable and something that we could actually afford. And I know it's very expensive. We had a meeting with Mallory earlier this week, and it's between $1,000 and $1,200 a square foot to build. There was an ambitious plan, but I think we want to try to scale it back. And I guess I'll leave it right there, Mallory, if you want to just talk about your scope and what we've done to this point.
Absolutely. Thank you, council members and mayor. I'll just give a brief overview. I'm open to any questions. I do have illustrations if you'd like to see them, but I'll leave that to your discretion. I won't show them right away. Briefly, our understanding of the scope of work is to have, as Kevin mentioned, a scope reduction and cost optimization. And we want to find the most cost-effective way to design and build a new police station for the Cloverdale Police Department in the city of Cloverdale that brings maximum value to the Cloverdale community, optimizes police operations, and provides for the safety and security of police personnel. Previously, the work that we had done, we did have an extended effort of preparing a needs assessment, working closely with the police department. We determined staffing, space, and operational requirements that were necessary at that time, and ways to bring the police facilities up to the minimum standards to meet the current, how it's basically best practices. We also worked closely with the developers of the adjacent property. And our objectives were to contribute to the overall vision for this prominent site, be a good neighbor, and share potential resources in the development of the site. We created some massing studies working with the police department, and then we developed a conceptual cost estimate. It was a best value, it was basically trying to take the current program and the proposed massing and understand what it might cost at that time. That was in 2019, and then we escalated those again in 2022 and received some new and higher numbers that accounted for the escalation that happened between 2019 and 2022. So, as you can guess, those numbers are now old because costs have further escalated between 2022 and 2025. And so the intent would be, as part of our next steps, is first of all, meet with the police department again, evaluate the scoping and program that were developed at that time, check our assumptions. Are there scope items that are not critical to operations? Are there some that can be reduced in size? That's step two will be to explore cost-saving strategies, which could include potentially phasing portions of the project, looking into are there components that could be relocated off-site, if there's a more cost-effective way to accommodate them rather than building new for these functions. And then also looking at exploring flexible use multifunction spaces. Can we get a 2-for-1 into these spaces? And then step three will be to prepare an updated estimate that will account for any of the escalation between then and now, and also incorporate any of the so we have from our conversation with the police department and our cost reduction studies. Welcome to any questions, and again, I do have some graphics if you want to see. I'll leave that to your discretion.
Great, thank you, Mallory. Chief, you want to add anything before we start to discuss?
I think
All right. Well, let's work our way through it. Councilmember Morgenstern.
I think this is important. I think we all know our police department currently has leaks. It's not earthquake-proof. The fact that it has leaks, the mold issue bothers me. I don't think any city employees should be working around mold. So to me, I think this is a valuable thing to move forward with.
Mallory, thank you for that. I would interject that, like you said, being a good neighbor with AVH property to the north of the police station, I would just caution right now, basically, the police department has, for lack of a better term, an open design for where it's at. I don't think a lot of people would like to see a police station with fenced-in parking lot looking like a small prison encampment right in the center of town. So I would think we would have to do our due diligence when it came to that portion of the project.
Councilmember Marquez?
Item that was mentioned in the proposal that was the negotiate reduced fees. I'm just curious to learn more about what exactly that means.
Mallory, do you want to speak to that?
I'm not sure I understand what that's referring to. I'll have to
That's probably, was that written, Kevin, was that written towards us to reduce the costs, basically, is we're doing this because it came in at
Yes.
triple what we could afford. And so this is to reduce the fees or reduce costs for us because we planned way bigger than we can afford. Councilmember Marquez, anything else to that answer?
I like what's being proposed. I think, phasing is a good approach. Just one of my thoughts is that maybe, when you include things and you have economies of scale, in the big picture, that's going to save us money. So, I hope that we can get this done and really look at supplemental funding, research all possible funding sources, all hands on deck, and make this happen the way that future focused design. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Mayor.
Absolutely, Mallory, thank you very much. This is essential for Cloverdale, in my opinion here. I'm on board with spending this little amount of money here and actually sitting down and with our police staff and all that and finding out what is and isn't crucial. And I'll bet you that they will come down with a functional police station. And some of the nice to haves, at the prices are going to have to be cut out, but they're still going to get a police station. And the end goal has always been for council up here is to get us a police station in Cloverdale. These guys need new facility, and I'm happy I'm on board with this to sit down, have the discussions to cost reduce, phase it, obviously it'd be great, and make this happen. But we've got to start somewhere, and I think this is a great option here.
Yeah, I have to agree. We do a lot here in this town, and for us to be self-sustaining like we are, whether it's our city staff or our police department, we have to be realistic, and the wants and needs really have to come into play. It's a small town, it's a lower income town, and we have a very supportive community. They just passed a measure that will help us pay for a little bit of this as part of the money. So they're doing that because they believe in us, and we have to make sure we do what's right for them. And so, yeah, it'd be great to have the $30 million building, but that's not what's right for our community, and we really need to hammer down and do what's right here. And I know that the chief is going to do that. I know, Mallory, I know you'll do that. I know it's made a big difference from 2017 to 2022 with what you guys have already proposed. So we're getting really close. And Councilmember Marquez said it best, all hands on deck. Get everybody in, get all the grant money we can find, knock on every door and beg at every desk for every dollar that we can find here. Chief, if anything you want to say before I open to the public?
Yeah, so if you just kind of look at it like this is just to get you more information so you can make an informed decision on which way to go. It's a new facility. Are you going to look at a current site that we can build up or, redo the one we have? So this will get you the information you need, and then we can figure out maybe an ad hoc or something, which way, where we're going to get the funding. How is it going to be a bond measure? Is it going to be, something else? Right. So, so I worked with Mallory before on the previous project, and Robert Stewart was hired to come in and help with that project at the time. To answer the question about the, you don't want to look like a prison. The way the current drawing is, it doesn't look like a prison.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I can understand how it might.
Plant some trees around the fence.
Yeah, some bushes. But a secured parking lot is vital for our police department too. But there's other ways to get that. So this is the first step. I'm glad to work with Mallory and the city manager, and we'll get it done, so.
Thank you, Chief. Chief, are you O positive? It has a higher value than the others, so we'll be selling blood to get this, but we're in.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Open to the public. Anyone in the public want to make any comments? Seeing none, we'll bring it back. Did I just die off here? Yeah. Oh, it's still there. Okay. Go through it again. Questions, comments?
I'm good.
Okay, so then this one has different options. Do we need a vote on this one, or do we do it with the direction?
There's a resolution.
Oh, it's a resolution? Just making sure. Okay, so go for it. Anybody want to read a resolution? There we go.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to adopt a resolution entitled, Resolution of the City Council of the City of Cloverdale authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement with DLR Group in the amount of $34,000 for a cost reduction strategy study for the Cloverdale Public Safety Facility and amending the fiscal year 2025-26 budget to include the expense.
Second.
Perfect. Roll call vote, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Start with Councilmember Marquez. Councilmember Lasky.
Aye.
Councilmember Morgenstern.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wheeler.
Aye.
Mayor Lance.
Aye. Passes 5-0. Thank you. Student liaison, you're supposed to be getting a vote here. We'll make sure you vote on the next one. You ready? All right, moving on. H3, consider approving the purchase of 110 North Cloverdale Boulevard and 124 East First Street for a total amount not to exceed $1.166 million and approving a related budget amendment. Kevin.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a rare opportunity for the city to potentially expand the plaza. The parcel, there's 2 parcels, as you mentioned, and there's 2 buildings on those parcels. They're currently owned by the Saba Foundation. The 2 buildings contain a laundromat, a barber shop, and then a vacant building on the alleyway on East First Street. The purchase price is $1.1 million, which is slightly below the appraised value. We've added a little bit of extra for contingencies and to pay the broker's fee. What's really important about this is there's no general fund being used to purchase this, so it's going to be half paid from Quimby fees and the other half from public facility fees. Those are fees that are paid by developers as units develop in town. There are different categories of fees that they pay, and we collect that money for this kind of use. So it's really exciting that we don't even have to use general fund. Right now, we have an executed contingent agreement with the Saba Foundation. One of the contingencies is final council approval, which is what we're seeking tonight. Also, we have done some diligence. We've had both the buildings inspected for pests and for building issues. We have the pest report back, no issues there. I'm still waiting for the other report on the building itself. There are current leaseholders, as I mentioned, the laundromat and the barber shop. So they are expired, so they're month to month at this point. So we'll be coming back later with some lease updates to give the council an update on that, and we'll be seeking to renew those leases and see if they're at the right amount. So that's kind of it. We do have a recommendation tonight to authorize the purchase and the budget amendment to move the money from those Quimby impact fees into the general fund so that we can move those out and finish the transaction.
Thank you, Kevin. Before we go anywhere, would you like to say anything at all? Before we...
Yeah.
Perfect. Would you like an opportunity to speak as well before? Okay.
I just want to say that I've been working with Kevin and the mayor on this over the last 6 or 7 months. Been negotiating with the Saba Foundation directly because we weren't sure they were going to put it on market, and they rejected a couple lower offers than this. A couple appraisal reports had been done. Just to clarify one thing, the 124 East First Street is half the driveway, which is the easement that's shared with the adjoining property. That's the easement rights for the access in the back. The contract price is, as the city manager said, below one of the higher appraised values that the city got. So even with all the fees and everything, I think we're still within market value. And I think it's going to be a tremendous opportunity for the city to expand the plaza and make a more vibrant downtown community. I do think that it's important that the existing structures there are used somehow for economic use to further enhance the economic vitality of our downtown core. But that is a decision that's for the council and to decide how you proceed with that. But I do think that this is a great opportunity, and I was proud to be part of negotiating this on the city's behalf. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Would you like to speak? And thank you for being here.
So I'm Pam Schmidt. I have the laundromat downtown. I actually put it in after the other building burnt down. No fault to, I don't know how many of you guys were here at that time. No fault to the laundry, but we had to start it all over again. And at that time, the city came to me because I was very iffy about starting all over again. And they were very kind to me. They helped me get in. We got it back in. Record time, 8 months, which is unheard of in laundromat business. I've been in the business 30 years, from Sausalito to Cloverdale. It's not a new venture for me or anything like that.
Sorry, it's because you're.
Do I need to stand up?
Yeah, just point the mic a little more towards you, and he'll turn it down a little bit.
I don't know how to do this. Okay.
I apologize.
This is my first time. Well, no, when I came before, when we were putting the laundromat in, the city was really good to us. I mean, they were very kind and helped us make that possible, because the laundromat is key to a community. And to put one in, you're talking about water impact fees, to move to another location, to run a laundromat. It used to be $8,000 to $10,000 per washer. So if you have 40 washers, how do you put in a new laundromat? So that's my issue there. Parking is a huge issue. You have people coming in with 200 to 300 pounds of laundry. I'd be willing to meet with any of you and go over the specifics of how a laundromat works. That'd be great. And then the other question I have is, has there been an environmental study? Has there been a phase 1, phase 2? So those are some questions I had. I'm open to meeting with you guys individually or whatever it takes. I know that the city's been wanting that property ever since, for 30 years that I've been there. I know it, and I realize that that's an opportunity to expand. I'm just concerned about the laundromat. And if there's no parking for the barber shop, which has 3 chairs, and there's no parking for the laundromat, it's going to be really tough to have a business there. So if you can help me out, I'd really appreciate it. So,
Thank you, Pam.
you have any questions for me?
We might stay close, we'll go through stuff with you as well as we're talking to answer. But I just don't want
I also wanted to thank the police. They are excellent. They are excellent. I mean, everybody that works there, I don't have one thing bad to say. And very conscientious, and just thank you. Because and I try to come over and thank you guys often, because I don't have a lot of issues, and it's because we have a great police station.
Yes,
we have a great police staff, so thank you.
Thank you so much. I don't know if Kevin or Alex, who wants to talk about the EIR real quick, just tell where we're at in the process here.
We've considered a phase 1. We have not conducted one. We're looking at the historic uses. I mean, typically, if there's a gas station there or something like that, you'd want to do a phase one. There's no indication that that was the case. I mean, some people say there was a long, long time ago. We're not going to be digging, presumably. We're going to be, adding stuff on the surface. So, I mean, we still could do it if that's the direction. Alex, I know we talked about it. I don't know if you had any thoughts on that, but it's probably $7,000 or $8,000.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, at this point in time, we don't anticipate in digging at all, which would cause a ground disturbance that might lead to something getting churned up. And so it never hurts to do a phase one, but a phase one is mostly just sort of online research. Figuring out what's been there in the past to advise whether you should do any sampling. And we think it's not absolutely necessary here, especially given how important this property is, environment is to the city.
So before I go through, I want to kind of ease your thoughts here, Pam. We don't have a plan. It's just not very often that an addition to someone's downtown plaza comes up like this, and the opportunities for the next generations, we have to take advantage of that when we can. We have no plans, and I know the discussions we've had as a council to this point is going to include you. It's going to include the barber shop. It's going to include the entire community. We're going to be looking to every single person for ideas. And to this point, we all have ideas. We all have our desires, but not one person has something that we're saying, that's what we're doing. And we kept it that way on purpose. And second, we also made sure that the number one thing that we talked about was your laundromat, because it is such a necessity to our community. And we are not in any way right now looking to do anything about that. We have to have it. Okay, so you are absolute necessity for us, and we're not looking to change that. We recognize that. So absolutely, this is what this is for, and I just wanted to kind of ease your mind a little bit before everyone took their turn.
I appreciate that, Chris. I've been trying to buy that property for a long time, and I couldn't get anywhere with the Saba Foundation. And I know that the city needs that for their expansion. I understand what that part is. I really want to be supportive of the city, and I always have. And I think that my record in the city is pretty good. Like, you can talk to the customers, you can talk to the police, you can talk to, I have a good record here. So I appreciate that you're thinking about the laundromat as an important necessity and how that would work with the city.
Your council's definitely thinking of you. It's a community effort here.
Yeah.
It is not just for us to do a land grab here and blow everyone out. I promise you that. And that's on record. Everyone can hear it.
Yeah.
That is in no way, hasn't come out of a single person's mouth up here in any way. And I don't see that ever happening from anybody here. Cloverdale is a tight-knit community. We're going to keep it that way, and you're part of it with this.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That helps a lot.
So with that said, I'll bring it to the council. Councilmember Marquez, would you like to go first on this one?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. I really want to echo the words of Mayor Lance here, and just reassure Pam that the laundromat is absolutely vital to our community. This is a generational opportunity. This is a long-term plan that down the road, when just make sure that everyone is taken care of that has an existing business there. But this is a long-term generational plan to extend the plaza.
Councilmember Morgenstern?
I just think that this is an excellent opportunity for the city of Cloverdale and for the residents of Cloverdale, and that this piece of land has so much potential that I think it's an opportunity we can't pass up.
Yeah, I would just like to allay your fears. We're not into land grab. You're a vital part of the community. We're not here to push any business out. We welcome business. We want to be business friendly. So I just want to make sure that you don't think that we have any ulterior motives and pack up your belongings and leave. No, we don't want that at all. So we're here to work with you and the community. It's just like, it's a generational thing for the city to expand its presence in a downtown plaza arena. And that's really all we're kind of looking for. And we're looking to be good neighbors as well.
Vice Mayor?
Yeah, Pam, once I wanted to, everybody said thank you, and you have been in absolutely every conversation. That's like all the council says, that laundromats are crucial, and that one is definitely crucial to Cloverdale. I also want to say when we came over the other day and had the inspections done, I really appreciate the condition of that laundromat was phenomenal. I couldn't believe it. It was clean, it was squared away, everything was working on there, shy of the obvious breakdowns every now and then. That happens, but it was very nice, and we worked well. It went smooth, and so I really appreciate that. As far as the plaza, yeah, this is a huge opportunity for Cloverdale. We've got, like the mayor said, everybody's got a great idea, and we're all floating them around. It's going to take some time. Eventually we will come to something that's going to work for Cloverdale, and it's really going to enhance Cloverdale and how the business work downtown and everything. So just to ease your mind a little bit, you're in every conversation. You will continue to be in every conversation, if not involved in that meeting. So we will stay in touch with you definitely, and we're going to try to work together and make this happen in the plaza and just make Cloverdale a better place.
This has been hard fought, no doubt about it. When I was a little kid, there was a video store in the Trading Post, and I know my mom's watching. She worked there, and people tried to purchase it from the Sabanoviches back then. It has been a long battle for anyone to do something with that place, and it's been the tenants that have kept it up the entire time. So we recognize that. For decades, we recognize that. And so we're not going to turn our backs on those people. We're going to make this a community effort. There's no doubt about it. We don't know what we're going to do. We look forward to the opportunities, look forward to the ideas. But, like Eric said, we've been working on this here for 7 months. As soon as it was even an option for it to pop up, it surprised us that we might actually have that chance, and here we are. And even the last few months has been very difficult. A lot of hair pulling and tough conversations behind the scenes. However, the one thing we've never steered away from was doing this for the community and recognizing everything with that. So I have to thank the Saba Foundation. I have to thank Eric. I have to thank Kevin for working so hard. And Mike, I know you guys have been doing a lot behind the scenes, busting your butts. And it's only because we're going to create something that over the next 2 or 3 generations, you're going to see something that's going to be phenomenal for Cloverdale and be able to grow with the city as it grows. Otherwise, I mean, you look at Friday Night Live, we're in the streets already, and now you want to add 25% to our population with just affordable housing. We're busting at the seams. If we want to do anything here, we have to have these growths, and this is a major opportunity. It can be great for the community with different things we can do and ideas, and I look forward to everything that we come up with. Student liaison, do you know what area we're talking about? Perfect. So since you know where we're talking about, why don't you give us a little idea of what you think and how it might affect you or your future?
I think it's, is it on?
Just get a little bit closer to it because it's
Hello?
sensitive right now. A little closer, so I got to get right here.
Hello? Hello?
There you go. Yours
Okay.
is just turned down a little bit more than the rest of ours.
I think it's a great idea to expand the plaza. I think it's a good idea. I think it'd be good for the community. I think they would really appreciate it. But I also do agree that the laundromat holds a special place with Cloverdale. A lot of residents use it, and same with the barbershop. I think those 2 places are super important for the community, and a lot of people use them. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Okay, we'll open up to the public. Anyone in the audience want to make any comments that hasn't already? We'll bring it back up here.
I just wanted to thank our city attorney, Alex Mogg, because I know he's worked on this project and he's been a big part of it. So I just wanted to make sure that we thanked Alex.
Councilmember Lasky, anything else? Vice Mayor? You know, you along with Jim Wirt have been staples in this town longer than I've been alive. He was one of the first people to cut my hair. So that tells you how long, and he was doing it while he was sighting in guns next to you. So this town's changed a little bit, but the people haven't. So, and that's 100% serious too. It's funny. But yeah, so thank you for all you guys have been doing. All right, Councilmember Marquez, anything else?
No further comment.
Perfect. With that, does anyone want to read a resolution?
I will.
Perfect, go for it.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Cloverdale approving the purchase of 110 North Cloverdale Boulevard and 124 East First Street for a total amount not to exceed $1,166,000 and approving a related budget amendment.
Perfect.
She didn't say to make a motion. Does she have to?
Should adopt you're adopting that resolution?
Correct.
Perfect, thank you.
I'll second that.
Awesome. And with that, we will do a roll call vote.
Councilmember Marquez?
Aye.
Councilmember Lasky?
Aye.
Councilmember Morgenstern?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Wheeler?
Resounding yes.
Mayor Land?
Aye. Passes 5-0. Congratulations, Cloverdale. It's huge. There's a lot of big things going on, and this is huge. This is changing for your community. So thank you all that took part. Thank you all that trust us with this. All right, next one, council member reports. Anyone have a report out?
No, I don't have any. All my meetings get canceled or moved.
Okay. I was lucky enough to tour 485 acres of the Denner Ranch in Santa Rosa with the Ag and Open Space Advisory Committee and Regional Committee. And the Denner Ranch sold a conservation easement, I guess, to the county and Ag and Open Space so that that land will remain in, I guess, perfect condition. It won't be made into apartments or anything for future generations.
Councilmember Marquez?
So report for this council meeting, Thursday, September 25th. Attended Mexican State of Latino Community Address featuring keynote speakers Valerie Kaur and Maria Perez Kumar. This was a great opportunity for networking and learning. Wednesday, October 1st, I was in attendance also with Mayor Lands for the Business Alliance of Sonoma County General Membership Meeting. There was a presentation from Smart Rail and with General Manager Eddie Cummings. He spoke on the current progress and future planning, really mentioning how they're seeking funding at the same time that they're building, and that many people, even in Windsor, thought that this was not going to happen in their lifetime. And now the Windsor Station is open. Also, Suzanne Smith, the chair of the SMART initiative, spoke on the voter-led initiative to continue funding of the SMART Rail. I think that's something that we're all going to get behind. Also, Wednesday, October 1st, attended the Sonoma County Tourism annual meeting where attendees gathered for networking, workshops, and presentations on how Sonoma County can differentiate ourselves and create our own unique identity. Also, Wednesday, October 1st, the Cloverdale Grange became activated, selecting our officers and creating our bylaws. So this is really a community working together here that's supposed to, hopefully, will be the future home of the Cloverdale Food Pantry and Heaven's Closet thrift store, both key resources for our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Mayor?
All of my boards, similar to Councilmember Lasky, have been canceled, but one thing we're doing around here I want everybody to know is I've been talking to the public works staff quite a bit, and I just want to give those guys a shout out. They finished up today getting a lot of the new drinking fountains that we all came up on downtown, so you have new drinking fountains up and down the boulevard, and also over at the Second Street Park. Our contractor, Justin Cavallo, is in there. I stopped by before the meeting. He is getting ready to put concrete down, and we will have the new gazebo, pavilion, whatever you want to call it in there. It's going to be a second edition over there, which is all part of our Parks and Rec program coming together. So I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody, the city staff and all of our public works guys, all the way from water to public works. Everybody was involved in making all of this happen. And Cloverdale is, say thanks to these guys when you see them out running around. These guys are doing a phenomenal job right now on everything. The parks look great, the streets are looking great, and it's just you can tell, like the mayor said before, that the morale and of the crews and everybody is sky high right now. They love coming to work, they love doing what they're doing, and it's really starting to show in Cloverdale. So when you see them, give them a shout out, tell them thank you. They love seeing that or hearing that, and it keeps them going. So thank you guys for doing what you do.
All right, I'll go. Since most of this stuff has been talked about, which is awesome, thank you guys for all the hard work you're doing in the past couple weeks. A couple things that I've done that were different. I was part of a Narcan presentation. It was to teach community members how to administer Narcan if needed. If you guys don't know, there's a couple different ways to get Narcan in Cloverdale. Micah's Hugs is a nonprofit that was started, and they offer it for free. There's a box full outside of the Napa Auto Parts where anyone can go and collect it if they would like to have some for their personal or business use. Also, we recently started a program here in Cloverdale with the Chamber and us and Alexander Valley Healthcare and St. Vincent de Paul, to where we are passing it out to businesses that ask for it or residences, whoever needs it. They also have stickers that are available for their business windows if they decide that they want to put it on their windows, so that if something happens outside the business, people know where to go look for the Narcan medication. The great thing about this presentation was it relieves people's thought processes of, can I hurt somebody? Is it bad for you? How do I know to use it? How do I know how to administer this drug? And what it does to somebody, because there's a lot of stigma that you don't want to touch somebody, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. So it relieved a lot of those pressures for people to know that it's also the Good Samaritan law covers people that try to help save someone's life when it's necessary, that you can't hurt somebody by giving it if they don't need it. You could squirt it up all of our noses right now with the little nasal sprays, and it's not going to do anything. It doesn't affect you unless you are overdosing from an opioid. So it was great to see that, great to see communities show up, and the support that we've been getting over the past couple of months has been phenomenal. I know I've mentioned in the past that we were about 20% of our businesses have reached out within 24 hours wanting this. The great part is 20% was like 90% of our storefronts. So it's the people that you see on the street where you would need it the most are the ones that have reached out, and others are a lot of our community have reached out to get boxes of the Narcan. I know we help with the police departments and other places around here. Even the ambulance has asked for some at some point. And Alexander Valley Healthcare and Micah's Hugs and St. Vincent de Paul have been great to make sure that they have plenty on hand. I recently went to my SCTCA meeting, and what was great is they were doing a presentation for the 2050 plan for Sonoma County. That includes for a lot of the stuff for the SMART train and all your active transportation. And the good thing is now Cloverdale is on that plan. I know it was a hard-fought battle when they left Cloverdale off for the 2050 plan. The new one is called the 2050 Plus. It adds a couple more years to their existing plan. And we are on record, part of the plan, and looking to push to get the train here. I spoke with a council member from Healdsburg, and she is really wanting to help us since we're kind of looking into the freight idea out of Cloverdale. They have room for that as well out of Healdsburg, and so we're going to start collaborating together and pushing on SMART to find ways to do that as well, because it will relieve our streets and relieve our highways. Another thing, I got to go down to UC Berkeley last week with representatives of SMART and of our business community and our arts community, and it was to work with an urban design team. This team is a bunch of students that are in their master's program from all over the world that have different backgrounds, whether it's architecture, engineering, they ran the gamut. And they were all there to design Cloverdale for the next 20 years on how to make it a better place for walkability, biking, just access in general. When you bring in the new types of things like your trains and your bus routes and maybe less cars and different things like that with more population, how do you make things work? And it was great because when I got there, they had storyboards as big as the walls in here that had everything in Cloverdale from like 1840 until the future of projects that we have listed. So we had a very open conversation, lots of different ideas from different types of people that we brought with us, which was phenomenal because it's not just Todd talking, it's not just Smart Train. You had your arts people, you had your business leaders, you had a lot of people involved in this process. And we all threw a whole bunch of different things at these kids, and they were so receptive and so excited. And they had their maps out and their drawings. So we'd be talking about, oh, well, we're looking to do a police station in this place. And they'd be like, hold on. And they're drawing it on their map and showing where it's at. I mean, they were really into this. And to see that Cloverdale gets to benefit from 20 master's program minds from all over the world is huge. I mean, I can't say enough about that. And I'm looking forward to see what they bring to us. It's not that we're going to design around them, but it gives us ideas that we're not thinking of. They're thinking outside the box. They're not from here. That's all that was different. So I will stop there. Thank you, guys. Next thing, city manager report.
Just real quick, if you want to attend the October 23rd Mayor's and Council's dinner in Windsor, let Mike know. We have an e-bike survey requested by Chief Parker that's up right now, just getting the community's input on e-bikes and if we're going to move forward on an ordinance. And also City Park will be closed tomorrow for tree trimming.
Thank you. City attorney report. How's the food? Okay. That's what I figured. All right. Council direction on future agenda items. Does anyone have anything?
I do.
Okay.
I would like to have a short discussion about directing city staff to contact the county to let them know only one senior advisory committee is needed in the small city of Cloverdale for the following reasons. The city council approved the formation of an ad hoc senior advisory committee 5-0 to begin addressing senior issues in Cloverdale. The county's effort is a duplicate effort. Cloverdale seniors will be best served with the city ad hoc group because we are more in tune with the needs of the seniors in our city. And the county is definitely invited to attend our meetings to give us input for the agendas, to participate in any way that they'd like to. And I think I'd like to have a discussion and just limit it to one group.
Before I ask anybody's comments, I'm going to push back. We can't do anything without the county. The county is a wealth of information. Let me finish. I let you have yours. They are the people that have access to all the groups, all the grants. They've been doing this for decades. They've been working with our senior center for as long as I've been around. And they know what they're doing. They have a plan. I actually got to attend their meeting, and I wish you would have been there because it was a great meeting to be what we called an action plan. It's an action meeting, and there's a lot of good ideas that came of it, and they have the people to put in place to help us. So I think that it should not be an us versus them. I think that I'm just going to say it, the email that you put out was so disrespectful and set us back so far that I've been putting out fires for over a week. And I can't stand by and let our county leaders be attacked by one of our city council people along with our city staff because they want to get in a pissing match. I don't like that. I don't respect that, and I will fight back against that. And I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to let the other council members speak up before you had your turn. So
I asked if we could have a discussion in the future. I didn't ask to have a discussion now.
You're not getting a discussion. You're getting my opinion. Councilmember Lasky.
I would support using all resources available to the city of Cloverdale. That would be the county resources, even up to the state resources. We are small community, and we could use all the help we can get to help all of our citizens moving forward.
Councilmember Marquez?
I have no comment at this time, as this could be impossible.
Vice Mayor?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Councilmember Lasky on this one. We have so many resources, and we've built so many relationships with people from the county level, and that involves big feelers from county to state. Whether they're being used right away or not, they have that option to, and the knowledge of who to call, who to talk to. I don't see why we can't coordinate and attend their meetings down there as a representative of Cloverdale and make this good for everybody. We can use definitely county resources. These guys are on top of their game down there, and if we go down, we can just be a liaison down there and bring those resources back here and then implement them with the help of Sonoma County.
And if you don't mind, I want to clarify a little bit about how it actually works. They set up a program here. They get the ball rolling. They need Cloverdale, but it doesn't happen. They're not going to continue this forever. They build a system, and we build it with them to help, and then we take it over. Is basically how this is supposed to work. They will not sit here and run we don't want them to sit here and run our senior programs and things like that, but we need their assistance to get it started, to fund it, to show us how to do things, and to have the connections. We have to work as a team and collaborate. We can't alienate ourselves up here because it took years to get them here, and to shoot it down with an email and to say we don't want them here is so far out of touch and disrespectful. I apologize if I sound rude. I can't do it. I had to
Well,
say something.
I asked for this discussion to be for next time.
Yep.
And you went and,
And I'm
gave
saying
me-
that I don't want to have that
an open-
discussion. I don't want that on our calendar.
Okay, well, I
So.
think you're being rude.
Okay.
You're negating all my feelings, and we did definitely invite them to participate in our group. So you're acting like we don't want their participation, and that's not true at all. So I don't think you know all the facts, and I think you're passing judgment, and I think your judgment is disrespectful to me. So.
Thank you. Alex, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say we're starting to get closer towards having a discussion.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm making it clear that right now there's 3 council members that do not want to have this agenda, as it sounds like. And so at this point, it's not going to be a future agenda item. Any other council members, any other future?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to put a future agenda item recognizing Gus Walter as a longest-serving member of the City Council of Cloverdale, and with that gesture, I would like to name the alleyway between the Chamber of Commerce and the city building Gus Walter Way.
So we have, wow, okay. So I think that's a great thing to discuss because you have the first choice of citizen recognition, and you have the ability to put forth a certain amount of money towards something to recognize that person. Maybe that's something that we could discuss at a meeting. How would that's?
I think we can put it on the next council meeting. I think Councilmember Lasky had somebody else he wanted to recognize,
Yeah,
so this would be outside of that.
It's separate?
Yeah, this is separate. Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were hitting your guy on that one.
That's a great idea, though, too, but yeah, this
Put it
is
on
separate.
the 23rd, if that's the direction.
Is that something you would be into?
Sure.
Vice Mayor?
Absolutely.
Councilmember Marquez? Sorry, you're on mute right there. You're still on mute. Oh, there we go.
If this is going to be on a future agenda item, I'm open to having anything that somebody recommends as a future agenda item, really. So I would leave any comments to that.
Thank you. So that's a good direction on that one, to have it come back as a discussion
23rd
item?
of October.
Perfect. Is there any other future agenda items that anyone would like to recommend? Seeing none, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. The meeting is adjourned at 7:46.